Hello and welcome to the FIH Women's World Cup, being jointly hosted by Spain and the Netherlands. Well, after 10 days of action in the initial pools, we now go into the knockout phase with 4 teams already qualified for the quarterfinals as pool winners. A further 8 to scrap it out for the other 4 slots, leaving the other 4 to settle the classification issues for places 13 to 16. If it sounds complicated, it's because it is. But for today, though, it's 2 crossover games here in Amsterdam. And first in action will be Germany, second in Pool A, against South Africa, third in Pool D. The Germans finished behind pool winners the Netherlands on 6 points, which, while South Africa were able to qualify in third place behind Australia, and Belgium with just a single point, albeit a hard 1-1 coming from 3-0 down against Japan. We were lucky enough to speak to both of the coaches before the start of today's game.
We today looked at our video and had a look at what makes our game strong. So we will be very with us today in our work on our principles in order to look at the end on the game, on the scoreboard, and look what it says.
German teams have a tradition of growing stronger during a tournament. Have we seen the best of Germany yet, or is there more to come?
No, I totally agree with you. It's not only the coach growing here on camera, it's also the team growing with their performance. We learned a lot from the Irish game, we learned a lot from the Dutch game, and also from our first appearance here with Chile. And it's so great to have totally different challenges due to the different atmospheres that the different teams bring on the pitch. And you will not have seen the best already.
So I think we're making steps, we're improving. You know, we have the Commonwealth Games that's after this tournament. So for us, without having played any matches, this is part of our journey on towards the Com Games.
Sure. It's now pretty much a knockout game over 4 quarters. Does that suit your team's style of play, do you think?
Well, we're coming into this with very little experience of these knockout games. I actually asked the girls when the last time, and I think it was back in 2014 that we had this opportunity.
Well, here come our 2 match umpires, Laureen Delforge of Belgium and Emi Yamada of Japan. And they'll be closely followed by the 2 teams. South Africa, of course, making their first appearance here in Amsterdam, having travelled across from Spain. Here they come, South Africa in green and gold. And it's Germany today in the all-white strip. Another glorious day here in Amsterdam, and a good crowd a very committed crowd to the teams on display here. And so the 2 teams are out there on the pitch. We'll get ready for the playing of the national anthems. The first time that we've had the chance to listen, at least in this leg of the World Cup, to the anthem of South Africa. But we start with Germany. Well, Germany will start as favourites in most people's assessment here, but they'll be acutely aware that in a knockout, anything can happen. Well, a proud moment for the team from South Africa here, who really are here with nothing to lose in this one. They'll want to give this one a real go to book a quarter-final slot with New Zealand. You'll be watching this game with great interest. Well, watching this great game with great interest with me will be somebody I'm sure will have shared the pride in the moment there of the anthem. Marsha Cox herself, of course, a former captain of South Africa, and I look forward to speaking to Marsha in just a little while. But for now, there's the German side, some familiar names, those who've been following our action from Amsterdam. Pauline Heinze up front, Lena Michiel outsider, and the dangerous Charlotte Stappenhorst. Valentin Altenberg, always a delight to talk to Valentin before the start of a game. He's just so honest and so straightforward. Doesn't pull his punches. And he's got an all-star cast, a very talented team indeed, and he was suggesting we've yet to see the best from them.
Wir müssen uns ganz tief in die Augen gucken. Ich will gleich, dass wir alle Blickkontakt miteinander haben. Guckt euch mal an. Das sind so geile Augen, das hab ich gerade schon gesehen. Mega nice.
And Schroeder giving the
hier Fights feiern. Wenn wir zusammen
Gills a pep talk down there.
Scheißegal sagen.
I doubt they would need too much of that, though. They're a self-motivating team.
Nächsten Schritt in unserem Turnier, auf unserem Platz. Auf geht's.
Well, no questioning that they are up for it, and equally sure that South Africa will be as well, though. Just the 1 point was sufficient to see them come through from their pool, leaving Japan marooned, also on 1 point. And there is their huddle. Bound to be some nerves on playing in this venue for the first time in this World Cup. I'm talking to them about their journey across, and I'm delighted to say it's turned out to be relatively stress-free. I think we were all a little bit concerned that there might be some hiccups along the way, the way that world travel is at the moment, but it appears not. There's the South African bench. So, Marsha, a special day for South Africa, and I suspect a special day for you as well.
Yeah, indeed, Nick. I'm really excited for this game.
A few goosebumps?
I did get a lot of nervous energy, yes. Yeah.
Well, I well understand that. And we're really lucky to have you up here in the box with us to share the moment.
Yes, I'm ready.
So, where we go? I know you've been following as much as you can the progress of South Africa during the course of this World Cup. How would you assess their form of this far?
Yeah, I think Giles summed it up quite nicely. They're a team that came into this tournament with very little preparation and have just taken every game as an opportunity to grow. And we've seen that from game 1 to game 3 in the pool stages. And I'm sure that they're looking to take another step of improvement out here today.
Well, this will be a really stern test, and I wouldn't want to underestimate that, but let's see how they get on. A good, confident start would do them no harm at all. That second half performance against their group opponent must have been something rather special.
Yeah, that's one thing that we know about South Africans, is that we have a lot of fighting spirit. And Germany will know that as well, having played each other quite a few times in the past few World Cups.
It's a bully. Just bring it a bit. Yeah, just a bully. There were 2 balls. I had to stop time.
Right, we're going to have a restart here with a bully. I had 2 balls on the pitch momentarily.
You choose.
Players are so young they don't remember what a bully looks like.
On the right spot, please. More. Whip.
Laureen Delfour, they're just setting a stall out in the early stages of this game.
Thank you. Let's play. That's fine.
Not a tall woman, Laureen, but exerts her authority and exudes calm as well, which is rather good. Still playing herself, so she's a real player's umpire. She knows what the players want, and she also knows most of the tricks they get up to. Poacher turned gamekeeper. Good interception. First chance there for Tati Zulu. Nike Lorenz over this one. Looking to her right, just plays a gentle pass sideways for Schroeder. Schroeder was so pumped up in that team huddle. Germany going on the attack now.
Nothing.
South Africa with good ball down that left-hand side. A chance for them to attack the German circle for the first time. Good use of the width of the pitch there by South Africa, showing that they can get behind this German defence.
That's the one thing about the South African attack, is that they have some speedy players up front and some really handy and intelligent midfielders who can play those balls. So the German defense will need to be sharp today if they're wanting to stop that faster counter-attack from South Africa.
There was Kayla Duval just trying to get the ball across, but she didn't pick her colleague in the depths of the circle there, unfortunately. It's important for South Africa that they don't allow Germany to dominate proceedings. The Germans have a habit of wanting to stamp their authority on every game that they play, and if you let them, they will dominate. Tati Zulu again, and winning the game's first penalty corner. Excellent play there from Zulu.
She has incredible speed, and she does well to keep the ball strong on her stick,
doesn't she?
Forcing the defender to make their run, getting it on her back stick.
Oh, terrific
really
bit of
well
skill
played
there. Giles Bonnet will be delighted with that start. Valentin possibly a little less so. Food for thought. Early doors, of course, here. Lots to be decided.
3, 2, 1.
Germany with the first block, and able to clear it on the second attempt, running the ball out towards that far side. Ball thrown over the top, just runs out of play over in front of the main grandson over there. Germany on the attack. They too have got their speedsters in attack. So two forward lines will be keeping us entertained and keeping defenders literally on their toes during the course of the game.
You will see Du Toit go in for the slap, which has been successful for her in the past, but Germany did really well to defend that and read that.
Well, Germany will certainly have done their homework on New Zealand. Had to wait a long time to determine who they would be facing today, with South Africa needing to get a result with Australia. The result could be a loss, as it turned out to be, as long as it was a narrow loss. And Australia pinching that one just by 2-1, enough to see South Africa rather than Japan progress. Route one ball forward there from South Africa, but Germany quickly onto it. Germany finding some space on that right-hand side. Good cover in the end there from South Africa. That's Henry Lowe out there doing the hard work.
good, good. You've got the ball.
Germany finding space. Zimmerman.
Keep an eye on number 8. Okay.
Long lingering look at that South African circle, trying to pick the pass.
Inside, just in, just inside, just inside. Just inside, just in. Good.
This is Wenzel. Getting her feet around the ball and spraying it over the top with the aerial. Nicely taken down. Lovely deception as well.
It's a long corner. There's a touch. There's a touch.
A long corner. Laureen Delvaux right on the spot. Excellent communication with the teams as well. She really is the real deal when it comes to umpiring. Does the lot. Oh, that's a really good challenge in the circle there. I think that was Lowe chopping the ball away there, Marcia.
Yeah, they're doing well in the defense just to make sure that they pounce on every free ball, giving Germany not a sniff of room.
Wide open space on that right-hand side if Germany can work it there.
They are doing well at opening the game and exposing the opposite side of the field that South Africa are leaving free.
Schroeder plays into the circle, shot on the turn. I'm not sure the goalkeeper saw a whole lot of that. Seemed to react quite late to it, but still kept the ball out of the back of the net.
Yeah, it was a decent effort. I don't think that she got a good grip of the ball, but a good save by Mbombe.
Pumi Mabandi preferred in goal today rather than Nepo Saraga. Nice little ball into the midfield. Germany just stepping it up here, making sure they see plenty of the ball. Martins plays a good one forward. That's how to play. Just running out of pitch. Good challenge. Horn trying to go around the outside. And Laureen Delvaux signalling for a video referral
yes,
here.
Yes, Laureen, are we looking for a back stick by the defense? Yes, I will look. Thank you.
So Maggie Diddins from the United States, the video umpire for this one today. Just that little inside edge. Was that enough to be described as the back of the stick? Well, we're about to find out.
I think it's for the second phase.
So I believe that's the spot we're looking at. A little bit earlier, yeah?
Ball didn't seem to move there. She tried to get her feet. It was untidy, that's for sure. But untidiness is not a breach of the rules.
Can I see that? Yeah, one more time.
Video umpire taking her time over this, and quite right too, that she should. Not easy to contain all of the hair of Pumi Mbandi underneath the helmet. A little bit of help from a teammate there.
Yes, I have a decision for you. There is a back stick in the circle. You may give a penalty corner, and Germany keep their referral. Okay.
So it will be a penalty corner in the end. Germany keep their referral. Both sets of players were looking up the big screen as they were making their own decisions about what was happening.
has kept South Africa in multiple games before, so I have no doubt that she will be on top form for today.
That could be a big thing. You really shouldn't have said that. You really shouldn't have. The curse of the commentator.
I have that much faith in her.
Well, that's real faith. I have faith in you, Marsha, as well. So let's see what happens here. Long corner. Germany going through her options. Trying to force it to the circle. Blanket defence there for South Africa. Just starting to come under prolonged pressure here. Really need to get the ball out and try and get the ball. Oh, it's lovely. There's going to be another penalty corner here. Germany just
nice piece of skill from Horn.
She's a really high quality player, isn't she? We're looking for a deflection that time. Well, we've shown the hand as far as that routine is concerned. What will they come up with this time?
5, thank you.
Offload, good save. Good solid left foot behind that. Quality goalkeeping. Germany just winding up the pressure on the South African defence here. We really need a little bit of respite.
Seems that she didn't get a good grip on it as she was going for the drag flick. So decided to go for the backhand shot and goal. Good to keep it on target, even when you're in doubt.
Imperative. Make the goalkeeper work.
Number 2.
Kira Horn's been sent to the sin bin for playing the ball after the whistle there. Umpire's been really hot on that. Don't adjust your sets. Those really are seagulls that are swooping over the pitch. They're convinced that the Dutch have built a pond here in the middle of the Amsterdam forest. And from above, you can imagine they're probably wondering why the humans are able to walk on water all of a sudden. There's also pretty rich pickings after the game when the public have left the odd chip on the floor. Absolute delicacy if you're a seagull.
Now, landing. Now, I'm happy. Outside.
South Africa finding some space. Germany sitting off here. Partly run down the suspension on Horn. In the circle, but not close enough there to the defender to win the penalty corner. German fans trying to make themselves heard here. They're in good numbers. Also, we're starting to see some Belgian shirts arriving in the stands alongside the South African ones. Those are our travellers from afar, or travellers from Terrassa anyway. It's lovely skills into the circle. There's something here for Germany. No, because South Africa are able to block it very well and clear their lines. Lilian du Plessis running it out towards the corner flag there, but again, well-organised defence from South Africa. 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Still Germany 0, South Africa 0.
Did you see? No.
And Mandy diving in there.
Yeah, I asked. No, sure.
And Germany are going to video again, which suggests they're very confident there's something for them here.
No problem. I'll look for a defensive foot in the D.
Thank you. Are you okay? Yeah. The radio is falling down. It's okay.
Yeah, right there is where I'd like to see.
I think that was defender and goalkeeper gave themselves in a bit of a tangle.
South Africans seem to be convinced that it's
there is a foot in the D.
as well.
Restart the penalty corner, and Germany keep their referral.
Thank you.
Yeah, South Africa were already making steps towards the protective equipment. Awkward little bounce on the ball off the deflection. Goalkeeper committed. Defender with nowhere to go.
Thank you.
So another penalty corner for Germany here. Very good save, this time with the right leg. South Africa unable to complete the clearance.
That's Zimmerman on the ball.
She's a tall player with long levers and had some power behind it.
Am you ready? Yes, I'm ready.
Michael Lawrence not involved in this one, over with the coach. All along the deck again and kicked out of the circle this time. Real confidence. South Africa with a quick break on here if they can play the ball into the circle. Need to do more on the ball than that to get past the German defender. Not enough there. Zulu doing well there to block the way to goal. Space on the right-hand side. Move forward again. Lorenz, lovely little shimmy.
Make sure you five.
Keeper with the initial save, needed a defence around her to complete the clearance. They've done a good job again.
Your defender needs to be 5 on the free, okay? Let's make sure it happens.
Du Toit is a really committed defender. She reads it so well and times it so well. That moment that she's going to step in on the German shot on goal. Really impressed with her. She's a young player. Definitely think South Africa has a bright future ahead.
Well, I'm impressed with your assessment of Pume Mbandi too, because she made several good stops with either foot in that first quarter, which comes to an end here, and it's still a blank scoreline. Germany 0, South Africa 0. Charles Bonnet there taking off the headset. He'll be pleased with the way his girls have approached the first quarter here. Really good performance. Haven't been overrun by Germany, and have had a couple of half chances at the other end, including a penalty corner. So we've got a chance to look back on the highlights from quarter one. So, plenty of interest in the crowd in this one. Flags of both nations, large and small, being flown proudly here. Nothing in that first quarter. South Africa able to hold on to the German team here. And Giles Bonnet there just putting away the coaching board, having delivered a pretty quick message between the first and the second quarters. He'll be happy that the scoreline is still blank, I'm sure. there's the story. Germany with 58% of the possession and 4 penalty corners, just the single one, which the first of the game. That lady in our shop there has been pretty good form. I think South Africa will be happy to play a long game here. If we can get deep into the game and they're still within range of Germany, that could be the time when the Germans start to get a little frustrated.
Isn't that the most important for the underdog in general, is to stay in the game for as long as possible. And for that you need your defense to be really strong and really sharp. And at all costs, just stop the opposition from having free shots at goal or anything that brings them into, that puts you as the defense in danger.
I think that's entirely right, Marsh, and I think not conceding early is key, because that just feeds the confidence levels in your more highly ranked opposition, as is the case here today. But the longer you can contain and frustrate, the more the pressure falls on them. It really is, in many ways, a nothing to lose game for South Africa. But the quality of the experience will be the greater the longer they can stay in the game, and just make sure that whatever happens to them, they leave the field having felt as if they've given of their best. And they've got a chance to show what their best is here as South Africa attack the circle. German goal kick comes out and there's a big collision there.
Are you okay?
Japanese umpire just inquiring of the health of the South African forward there. Really fast break. And Brzezinski there, winning a free hit for Germany, which is left now for Wortmann to take. Well, that was rather an easy pass for Wenzel. Lorenz popping up on the left-hand side. Once again, Germany getting a shot on target. And once again, it's Pumi Mumbandi getting everything behind it. This was the break at the other end. Marsha here.
Kayla de Waal wanting to go around the keeper, but the keeper doing really well at stopping her with their legs. She read it quite well.
35! This one!
Julia Sontag in the German net today.
Yes, you! 25, you!
Preferred for this one over Natalie Kowalski.
Germany just backing off, waiting for South Africa to play the ball into the midfield or force that long pass. And this is what they're wanting to feed off.
Yes? We need more quicker.
Wenzel serving time on the bench there for her indiscretion. Just a green card.
You are 2 under the ball, come on, very easy one. That's for you and me, yes.
High ball, right at the top of the German midfield.
Okay, big five! Play! That's it!
Well, we've got another penalty corner here for South Africa.
Yep.
Kayla de Waal finding Kristen Payton on the baseline, and she does really well just to force the defender to make an error, deliberately playing it over the baseline.
20.
Well, that's been an absolute theme of this World Cup. The umpires have clearly been briefed to blow against the defender if they're playing the ball in that direction.
5.
Reversing perhaps some decisions that we've seen creeping in over the years, where defenders have got away with that one. Ball's hit out, but not stopped cleanly, but still there for South Africa if they can create something here.
It's not played at all. Bring it back.
Germany trying to take it quickly, but
Wait. Mixture 5.
it's a South African ball outside the circle. Right on the very top of the circle here.
Go. Yes, go.
Germany taking
I mean, did you give first free hit for Germany?
great care here that they actually take the free hit cleanly
Okay, very good. Just I was not sure.
with a stationary ball. Horn weaving away from defence and through the midfield. Tricky bouncing ball. Beautifully picked up by Mikhail. Back for Horn again.
Take the circle.
Horn goes to ground, but the free hit goes in favour of South Africa. What do you make of the game so far, Marcia?
I think we're seeing a really patient performance from Germany so far. They're moving the ball around quite nicely in the back and also in the midfield, exposing the spaces that South Africa are leaving for them in the midfield. But in general, it's quite a physical and fast-paced game when we see both teams counter-attack really quickly.
I need to be careful.
Yes. My horse is timing is
Okay, yeah. Just be careful.
Yes.
They need to understand.
Yep.
South Africa, of course, have not been playing in the Pro League, whereas Germany have. So quite a difference in the recent experience and preparation coming into this World Cup. The idea was good.
Sideline ball. Thank you.
So we're midway through this second quarter. Nicely weighted pass forward for Stappenhorst to go right around the outside here. Goes round the defender and does rather too much.
Stappenhorst is a player that we've all got to be wary of. Skillful in the circle and also powerful if you give her the opportunity to take the shot.
Oh, just waiting for it to unload there. Great to see an athlete of her standing there playing with a broad smile on her face, even when his decision goes against her. Certainly one to for South Africa to look out for.
Take the fine.
Yes, she's fine.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Germany just again starting to wind that pressure up on South Africa here. They've got a free hit, a metre or so outside the South African circle. Play it out. Oh, that's good. Good challenge. Good low challenge there, getting the stick in, nicking the ball away from Germany. Good team defending.
Is she fine?
Now we've got a high press from Germany, so we're going to need some good team attacking to get out of this one.
Awesome. It's okay.
Alvarez takes it down, takes the free hit quickly. Germany initially looking towards the right-hand side where there is space. But, a rather circumspect approach here. Now they work it to the right. Alvarez and the wide open spaces now on the left-hand side. Touched on again for Pia Martens.
60, yep.
First time shot. Never going to trouble the South African goal from Charlotte Stappenhorst. But that's very much a game. Pick up the bits and pieces. A workmanlike forward.
Out, yes. She's got the ball. Nothing else I can do.
Good defending again by South Africa though. Can't think, Marsha, that Giles Bonnet can be anything other than very satisfied with the start that his girls have made here in this one.
Indeed so. They've got 2 penalty corners on the attacking end, and they're weathering the storm quite well when Germany are putting them under a lot of pressure.
They could have a problem here though. Germany back on the attack. It's loose in the circle! And it's gone wide. Emily Wortmann looked to be nailed on for a goal for Germany.
Germany do well to make the combo play, identifying there's a free player in the circle. She's going to regret missing that one.
Well,
just a bit too rushed on the finish.
The clearest opportunity perhaps for a goal to date. And once again, in fairness, Mbandi was very quickly out there, made it difficult for the German forward. But Wortmann will know that she should at least have got something on target there. Once again, Germany going through the gears. Brunitsky on the left-hand side. Ball breaking loose there for McKeel. Heinz over on the far side.
Long corner all the way. All the way.
Long corner for Germany. Quite wide here. Amelie Wortmann now having to move across that right-hand side. Wortmann again. Takes the defenders on her. Oh, the 2 had gone for the ball and had left Horn free there. And Horn is quite an operator when she's got space in front of her. Looking for the penalty corner and winning the penalty corner.
Listen, we're going to go 2-2, okay? 15 seconds, 15.
Big chance that was for
10 seconds.
Germany. Giles
10 seconds.
Bonnet will know that these are crucial moments for his team. Here is Germany, his team under severe pressure. It does look for all the world as if a German goal is not far away. Shot comes in, keeper makes a good solid save. But the umpire awards another penalty corner.
Let's go!
Germany going for the hit. South Africa running a low box in their defense. And sending one player out. Keeping the others close to the keeper for the rebound.
Same routine before. Oh, snatched it there. Elisa Grava there, rather snatching at the opportunity when it came to her. She was in space.
South Africa?
Yes.
That's a real chance again for Germany.
All good, all good.
She had time to control it.
Too much right hand. Oh, in fact, it's Anna Schroeder that was with the shot rather than Grava. Should have seen that as a real opportunity.
For you, Amy?
Good crowd in.
Fail.
Good.
Nowhere near full, of course. The Dutch not playing today. There where the big numbers arrive, but it is building. Good atmosphere for the two teams to be playing in.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, no. Are you okay? Yes, I know.
People there slipping and running towards the umpire. She thought the moment she was going to pick up a card. What she was picking up really was a polite inquiry from the Japanese umpires to her state of health. Well, earlier on today we've had the finale of the Hockey ID program involving a number of teams from all over Europe: Portugal, Italy, France, Belgium, Germany, Ireland, England, the Czech Republic and the Netherlands. There's also been the historic signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the European Hockey Federation and the Euro-Asia Special Olympics Organisation. So a wonderful day here. And if you want to know who won, I can tell you that everybody's won. Because as Alice once said in Alice in Wonderland, all have won, all shall have prizes. But as far as hockey in Wonderland is concerned, it's the same. Hockey, the sport, is the biggest winner. Wonderful occasion, hosted by the Pinoquet Club next door, but today all teams out in the stadium. And so we've reached half-time here in a fascinating game between South Africa, who've emerged from competition in Spain, taking on Germany, who've spent all their World Cup campaign so far here in the Netherlands, playing in Amsterdam. And Giles Bonnet's team have held on to their illustrious European opponent. Half-time, the scoreline is Germany 0, South Africa 0. Valentin Altenberg just wanting a word with the umpires there. Well, as the teams disappear off for their half-time break, Marsh and I are going to take a quick breather as well, but we'll be back for all the second half action, which I'm sure you'll want to enjoy. South Africa 0, Germany 0. Welcome back then to Amsterdam. The two sides off for their half-time discussions. No goals to discuss. You can see from your caption there, Germany 0, South Africa 0. South Africa holding on against Germany, who enjoyed most of the possession, but South Africa's defence were well set up by Charles Bonnet. So the first of our crossover game is Germany against South Africa. South Africa on their first appearance here in Amsterdam in this World Cup, having qualified from Spain with an early attack here, giving Germany something to think about. Germany got stronger as the game went on and started to dominate possession and put the South African goal under real pressure, but defence and in particular their goalkeeper Pumi Umbandi keeping them out. Penalty corner here for Germany. Ora's finding no success. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and Germany certainly did that, but they found this South African team in good defensive form. And at the other end, they had the occasional break as well. Good aggressive goalkeeping there for Germany. It was needed by Sontag coming out. Germany looked the more likely to take the lead, and that was probably the best chance of all, just running away from the stick of Amelie Wortmann there to keep the scoreline blank. And it was a similar story with a late penalty corner.
Valentin, you've been fairly dominant so far. How would you look back at the first half?
Well, we do have difficulties with scoring, as I have to say, which is something we have to change, because there are opportunities from open game, there are opportunities from penalty corners. All credits to South Africa. Goalkeeping is perfect, defense is very strong, but we need to convert.
Would you say that this is the way to continue in the second half, or is there something that needs to change?
I think the playing style is exactly what we want to play, but we don't want to continue. We want to change the fact that it's a 0-0.
Good luck. Giles, you're facing a lot of pressure from Germany. How would you look back at the first half?
Well, we've been lucky. So I think there's been a lot of opportunities for Germany, and I think we've sustained that luck and some good defence. And we need to turn around a bit. We need to have a little bit more pressure on them. We need to win the ball. We need to keep the ball. And we need to look at our attacking options. We're not getting many, but the ones we do, I think we can make more from.
You've conceded a lot of penalty corners so far this tournament. This is your 30th. Would you say that is an issue?
Well, not if we don't take goals from them. Then I'm happy to give away as many corners, but we need to defend them well, sure. Yeah.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks very much.
So defensive qualities around the penalty corners, something that Charles Bonnet would be pleased with. And Pumi Umbandi has seen her reputation as a very able goalkeeper increased a few more notches here, getting behind some pretty good routines. Possession stat not as high in Germany's favour as one might have thought, but the penalty corner count will be a concern to Valentin Altenberg if they can't find the magic formula to find a goal. So away we go, Germany in the all-white strip against South Africa in this crossover game in this Women's World Cup from Amsterdam and Spain. Now South Africa on the break here, lovely crisp ball out of defence. Taki Zulu going off on a run. Marsha, we heard the assessment of the two coaches. Fair comment, do you think?
Totally fair. I think Valentina's right to be disappointed that they're not converting their chances. And Giles sums it up well, that the South Africans are doing well in defense, but to be more clinical on their attacking chances. And I know from experience, Giles is very much pro the attack, and he will really pay attention to those few opportunities that they do get.
Well, I'm glad he followed. He was mentioning the fact that he felt his team had been lucky in the first half, but all successful teams need a bit of luck along the way, but I'm glad he followed it up with commenting about the quality of his defensive work and his goalkeeping. Point also made by Valentin. It's a lovely ball forward. Germany looking to get into their stride early in the second half here, and they've got a chance because they have a penalty corner there, earned by Elisa Grave. Tackle outside the circle. So, well, it's a little early to celebrate. It's a penalty corner. Giles was saying he doesn't mind conceding the penalty corner as long as he doesn't concede the goal as a result of it. A wry smile on his face when that question was fired at him.
3, 2, 1.
Lorenz at the top of the circle alongside Zimmerman. Oh, it slid again, looking at that deflection, but just not working again.
Seems a bit of miscommunication. Germany moved their castle over to give them a better angle to play that wide of the post, but it seems that the goal running in was not convinced it was coming to her. The deception was that good, I think.
That won't, yes, that won't please Valentin's mood at all. Very un-Germanic, normally very efficient at the set piece, but there's still time. As we've said before, the longer the game goes on goalless, the more you just start to wonder whether South Africa can spring a surprise here. Shootout required in the event of a drawn game, remember? And that, as we well know from previous tournaments, can be something of a lottery. I think it's a lottery that South Africa would be very happy to have a ticket in, given there are only 2 tickets in this particular lottery. It really is a 50-50 chance. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Zulu going down that the right-hand side. Really determined on the ball, and that determination,
they need to understand,
together with great physical conditioning, makes her quite a handful out there. Germany almost finding themselves with a problem after a little unfortunate deflection in the middle of the park. Well, that's cleverly done by Martins. Germany turning inside, but South Africa buzzing around.
Thank you.
Germany still looking patient, trying to get some confidence into their game. Hammer to the right-hand side, very well picked up as well there by Wenzel.
South Africa doing well to defend the middle of the field. If Germany want to attack, they're going to have to use their flanks.
Rose plays it into the circle. South Africa there again, trying to get it clear. And Zulu. 2 white vests of Germany descending on the ball carrier for a moment there, and it's South Africa who have a free hit here, just 10 metres or so inside their own half of the field. Nicely thrown over the top. Payton. Off the foot there of the retreating German defender, so it'll be Kristen Payton again with his free hit.
Just 5.
Stappenhorst with that crouch style of her that It's so distinctive. Martins again, just trying to control things for Germany in that midfield.
The difference that we're seeing now is that Germany have come out to play a more pressurizing game. They're putting more pressure on the ball, where in the first half we saw them a little bit more patient, forcing South Africa to make unforced errors. And now we see them really put the ball carrier under pressure and play a high press as well.
South Africa forcing Germany back to the halfway line though. And they've done that through a lot of hard leg work. And there may be more to be done here as well. Raking the ball forward, very well picked up indeed. That was Hanna Grunitsky. Really well, that was hit with real venom.
She's got incredible hand speed as she attacks down the baseline.
Ball back. Well, again, Germany coming very close. The ball was bouncing around her. It was like a coconut shy.
Maggie?
Yes, Emmy?
Can you looking for food?
Okay, we're looking for a defensive foot in the circle.
Yep.
Well, once again, shouldn't matter, but South Africa are already looking for the protective equipment, so I think they know what's likely to be coming at them here.
Let's go back.
That was the half chance that
I think it's a little
presented
bit earlier
itself
than what
to
we just were looking
Nicola
at.
Lorenz. So Emi Yamada, the Japanese umpire on the field. And Maggie Giddens in the video umpire's chair, having to sort this one out.
Yeah, we don't need to see that. Fine with that. So right there, possibly.
Glorious day again in Amsterdam.
So yeah,
We've
number
been so
23,
fortunate
green
with
23.
the weather. Light breeze. I would have thought pretty much perfect playing conditions for these two teams. Much warmer conditions, of course, have been experienced by
Keep
South
rolling.
Africa
Let's see
over
what
in
happens.
Terrassa, just a little north of the city of Barcelona. The irony is, of course, Marsha, that South Africa, having played originally in the pools in Spain, have earned the right to come here through their group finishing position, but they're playing here for the right to go back to Spain again. It's a funny old world, isn't it, really?
Let's
Gotta enjoy the European summer. Make the most of it.
Right, yeah, right here.
A bit like yo-yos. Lucky air travel is so simple these days.
Isn't it just?
Yep, decision ready.
Sorry?
I think we're ready with the decision.
Which one? Where was it on the circle? Yeah, where was it? Which side?
Emmy,
Yes?
I have a decision for you.
Nikki, it's coming.
There is a foot in the circle by the defense, so please give a penalty corner and Germany keep their referral.
Okay.
So after much deliberation, it will be a penalty corner for the foot in the circle. And would you believe it, South Africa already ready to defend it. I think they were well aware what was likely to be the case.
Whenever you're in. Okay.
Will this be the one that breaks the South African resistance? Not the tidiest of routines. Lorenz gets a shot away, keeper saves it. And the keeper, I think it's the keeper, is there again with a double save. So German frustration continues here, unabated. Horn. Oh, South Africa just losing disciplines there, playing the ball after the whistle. And the the umpire says, I'm sorry, that'll be a penalty corner against you. It's a hard school.
This will also be the challenge when you come from playing your pool stages in one place with umpires that maybe were a second lenient than the umpires here. So having to adjust to that would also be a challenge sometimes.
3, 2, 1.
So Pume Umbandi tries to organise the defence rather. Germany whip it to the top of the circle again. Again, it's a missed trap. I won't say the wheels have come off the German penalty corners, but certainly there's a rattle in the normally very smooth German engine at the moment.
You know, Nick, normally you would compliment the defense, but Germany are just letting themselves down a lot.
20? Yes.
Well, I'm more than happy to compliment the defence, but hopefully honest enough to say that so far today this has not been Germany's day from the set pieces. They're normally so clinical, so commercial.
5.
But they will get one right soon, I'm sure.
1. Play.
Will it be this one? Yes, it will. Right into the corner. That was far more like the old Germany, and it's been a long time in coming. But Nigel Lorenz has given Germany the lead here, beating the dive of the South African goalkeeper, Pume Umbandi, just inside the post, as we'll see again here, Marcia.
And Lorenz finally gets that connection she's been searching for, and with a bit of deception, she forces Umbandi to be a little bit delayed on that save, but well executed with the push, the stop, and it gives Lorenz the time to grab that ball and get the speed and the deception on it as well.
Well, the goal's been coming for some time now, and I think probably the only surprise that they've kept us waiting to this point. And there's a relieved coach. The longer the game went on, the more Valentin would have been thinking. Some fairly dark thoughts, I would imagine. It's not over yet, though, as far as South Africa is concerned, but they now have nothing to hang on for, and they need to get themselves to the other end of the field on a more regular basis and try and unsettle this German team. Nothing's really changed. South Africa do need to score, though, now. South Africa is still playing very deep here, inviting Germany to come forward.
It can happen. It will still happen. It will still happen.
A little bit of irony there, you know, Marshall. We saw South Africa penalised for knocking the ball away after the whistle. I'll come back to that. Ball pull back chance here. Good save by the goalkeeper. We saw South Africa conceding a penalty corner for knocking the ball away outside their own circle. Then just down in front of us, just, what, 30 seconds ago, whistle went against Germany. They go run the ball towards the touchline, and all South Africa get is a free hit.
Okay, let's keep it very simple.
I mean,
it's white ball.
Yeah.
I think you know the point I'm trying to make.
Indeed, I do.
The umpire's correct, but my goodness, it's frustrating.
It is, and it's really important to stay composed and stay calm, because in that zone of the field, there's nothing more than you can get except a card.
A card, yeah, a personal penalty.
And one of the things that we learn really fast when you play international hockey is to control the controllables. And the umpires is certainly one thing you cannot control.
No. Well, after a moment of concern, South Africa able to get the ball out of the circle. I thought for a moment it was going to go beyond the defender.
For you, for you.
South Africa obviously shaken by conceding that goal, but just need to settle themselves now. Still plenty of time, all of the last quarter, and still over 4 minutes left of this third quarter as well, which is so often the quarter, it seems, when games take critical turns.
Careful! No, outside, just outside.
Umpire just warning the South African fans to be very careful with those challenges. Horn's style of play does invite the challenge, and South Africa unable to resist the challenge. Coming in, it will be another penalty corner now for Germany, as South Africa find themselves on the ropes a little here.
Horn has done well to take the ball aerial, making it difficult for Bobs to make the tackle without that stick check.
Say again, I didn't understand you.
Connie to Bobs
The stick tackle.
into the situation. This is the last corner again.
10 seconds, ready.
Good injection. Generally one of the sides that don't use the running injection, just setting it up.
3.
There's a second ball on the field, but I don't think anybody's seen it.
Sorry.
Oh, that's interesting.
Sorry. 2 balls.
Oh. What's funny? So it was a dotted line.
Sorry. No. Keep.
Yeah. Well spotted, Amy. Good.
Yes.
Didn't see it.
Sorry.
Now they have seen it, so a retake.
Whenever
Yeah,
you're
this
ready.
time Germany are going to use a running injection. Into the keeper's pads, follow-up shot, brilliant save. So South Africa survive again.
Thank you.
Great initial save.
I thought
And
she'd
really
save.
rushed on the rebound.
I thought she'd save the second one as well, but it was a poor shot wide of target. It would have been a great save if it had been on target. I'm sure she'd have reached it. She saved that one, that's for sure. And then rather hurried with the clearance.
What's happened? How are you? Are you okay? Me?
Coming on Bandy.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Great shot at goal, putting the pressure on the keeper really quickly. Good save again by Pumi, and just a little bit of sloppy defense, giving away that corner. These are the basics that you want to be sharp on when you're absorbing so much pressure.
Just a bit hurried, weren't they there?
Yes, indeed.
10 seconds.
Okay.
German fans starting to enjoy their afternoon a little more now.
3, 2.
I might have expected a more comfortable one than this. Leaving it behind, and there's a third-party obstruction in there, spotted by the umpire.
What's interesting is that when there's intention for Zimmermann to get the ball, it seems that the Germans move their castles just before the penalty corner is played. But I'm not sure if South Africa have picked up on that just yet.
Well, you probably feel as a former captain of South Africa, you should go down there and tell them, but I'd rather you didn't. I'm sure their video team will be translating that information down to Charles Bonnet. Germany coming strongly again from Orres. Lorenz. Winner of this one, remember, plays New Zealand in the quarter-final. New Zealand already booked into that quarter-final by winning the pool.
Stop. Outside.
We've seen very little from South Africa at the German defensive end in this third quarter. It's been pretty much one-way traffic. South Africa continuing to put up stout resistance, but they need a little bit more than resistance now. They need some creativity and make some chances of their own.
South Africa are doing well to get their numbers behind the ball. Where they're just falling short is winning the ball. And I know Giles is a coach that will be encouraging the players to win the ball, continue getting your stick in the way, and actually win the ball so that you can have possession again.
Well, we're into the final minute of this third quarter. South Africa are still in it in terms of the scoreboard, but possibly not as much in it as they were at half-time in terms of the balance of play. But now they can break.
Nothing.
Some real urgency being shown here by Kayla Duval, but the clock is going to beat South Africa, I think, here. So we're hoping to put some pressure underneath German in the German circle, because we've reached three-quarter time here, and just a single goal from Nika Lorentz scored from a penalty corner, separating these two sides. And it's a bit more of a bumpy ride perhaps for Valentin Altenberg than he would have expected from his team. And South Africa still very much in the game here. Crowd still growing here. And let's look at the highlights of that third quarter of play. Bonnet there at the back of the group, talking with his team. Despite the scoreline being against him at the moment, I would imagine he's very proud of what the team have achieved here, because against one of the big beasts of European hockey, his team's still very much in the game here.
I'd like to see them go for it, risk everything.
And sometimes I look at statistics and I scratch my head with disbelief. I can't believe that it's only been 51% possession for Germany in the game. But who am I to argue? Away we go. One thing that we can't argue about is the scoreline. And yes, South Africa with nothing to lose, just as been for the first whistle. If they go for it now, you never know what might happen. As they say about lotteries, you've got to be in it to win it. And South Africa need to get themselves in it, both in terms of their opponent's circle and in the scoreboard reflection as well. South Africa have conceded a penalty corner here, but don't think they're particularly happy about.
Great piece of skill. She actually just whizzed through the South African defense.
Emmy, 20 seconds? Okay. 20?
Yes, 20 seconds.
South Africa need to get a wriggle on here to get that protective equipment on in time. The last thing they want to do is to lose a player through taking too long. I think they're going to be okay. Sometimes the equipment has been strewn to the four corners of the world, though.
Thank you.
Took a big deflection. It'll be another penalty corner here. Yes, the rules state that defenders have to get rid of their protective equipment quickly, and it can end up looking like a teenager's bedroom down there at times.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Chrissy did well to run a good line.
She did. Oh, ferocious hit there.
Are you okay?
That was really travelling.
Are you okay?
Is that de Toy?
Yes, it is.
Wait.
She seems to have worn that well.
Oh, dear. Well, the courage that it takes is incredible. You'll have a bruise of honour for later on, I suspect, from that one.
The first, Emmy, the first one is obstruction. Just wait.
Okay.
Just wait. The first one is obstruction, but wait. The first one is the obstruction, so it's your ball, but we wait that everybody's ready because we were pointing other way, okay?
Thank you.
It's okay, the first one has an obstruction. Just
Well,
wait.
there's a team game umpiring, and
okay?
Laureen Delfoy is there just... you probably had a
Emmy, ready?
better
Yes,
view
I'm
looking
ready,
down the
I'm
field of it. Just making sure no one gets a huge advantage by a momentary difference of opinion between the two match officials.
Sideline.
South Africa able to squirt the ball out of their circle out towards that corner flag.
Still in, play!
Dort først, Isai! Dort først! Dabei, Team!
Well, I'm starting to see why South Africa ran Australia quite so close in their final group game. It was in 2-1. A scoreline that certainly suited South Africa because it allowed them to come here. But now they do need to find a goal because this is knockout. This is not group play.
Indeed, as I said at the start of this final quarter, I would really like to see them risk it all. I know that they're on a building phase, and they're really building up towards the Commonwealth Games. But one thing that you also need to use as a learning opportunity is to play these games that, you know, are all or nothing games. And if you don't give it all, then you'll never know how you actually can compete in such a moment.
It's a busy summer of hockey for those countries involved in the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham.
You want? Okay.
Another penalty corner. I think South Africa are going to challenge this one.
No foul. Okay.
Emmy Yamada asking for a big screen television.
Okay. Maggie?
Yes, Emmy, we're looking for no obstruction in the circle. Yep. Can we see that from a further out angle? There we go.
How to read this one, Marsha?
Well, it's always tricky to go to the referral on an interpretation of the rule. But they seem to be convinced and are prepared to risk it.
Is that the moment there, do you
Decision
think?
ready?
Yes.
Detroit just stepping across
Emmy,
there.
there is no clear reason to change your decision. Stick with the penalty corner and SA lose their referral.
Thanks, Maggie.
So they're going to stick with the penalty corner. South Africa lose their referral. And their task just gets a little bit tougher here, perhaps.
Everybody!
This is corner number 14 for Germany. 1-4. Their goal has come from the set piece, but that's not the ratio that Valentin Altenberg and his staff and team would have expected. Can they improve it here?
Right. 16. Yeah.
No. In fact, it's just got a little bit worse. Well, I was talking to Valentin beforehand and telling him or asking him whether there was more to come from Germany, knowing how German tradition is that they get better and better as the tournament goes on.
Fine play.
One thing that will certainly need to improve is their conversion of penalty corner opportunities if they're going to make the rostrum in this World Cup. The medal games, of course, will be played over in Terrassa. Our hockey action here in Amsterdam concludes on Tuesday.
Luis, can you hold them a little bit more?
This is that moment again that you were talking about earlier.
It's exactly the same, isn't it? I guess that banging a penalty corner against the side is easy, but to produce a card is perhaps a little bit more draconian.
You okay?
And Schroeder.
Good piece of skill by Peyton.
You good?
It's lovely, wasn't it?
Just connecting with Schroeder on the chin.
Emmy, ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
A
Are you happy with the 5 there?
Low, nothing turning. She's a
Yes,
tough
good.
cookie.
For you,
No, a
for
tough
you.
cookie with
Thank
a
you.
sore chin.
Couldn't see the height. Very good, Emmy.
Well, it's good to see South Africa playing up at this end of the field, but now they need to get possession back. They need to somehow to peg Germany in here. Germany are not an easy team to contain. Just over 10 minutes then left in this one. Germany still just the 1 goal to the good. And remember, we said earlier that if South Africa were still in it at this stage, this was the time when they would probably want to give it a go and feel as if it could be their day. Well, do you still feel, Marsha, as if it might be their day?
We've seen them come back before, and I'm sure we could see it again.
She's got the ball and you hold the stick. She's winning the ball first.
Free hit Germany. A Horn dropping quite deep to pick the ball up for Germany.
Thank you.
This is when the SA girls have got to dig deep, and we just need 3 players to stand up, put their hands up, and make themselves seen on this field.
Well, this is their, if you like, their moment of opportunity. And what you don't want to do is go back to the team hotel tonight and say, we could have done a bit more, we didn't really give it our best. Well, they've certainly given it their best in terms of containing a very strong and dangerous German team. We now need to see the service to the front runners and then the front runners delivering. There's still time.
Well, they've got to get the ball more up front.
Let's play, let's play.
I think that's where we're falling short. We're
all about
just
service.
struggling to make those final connections.
Germany now
play.
stretching their South African. Germany will going to go for a referral. They won't need to because the umpires have consulted. It will be a penalty corner here.
No, you don't have. You don't have.
I think South Africa were looking to contest that, but they've lost their referral, of course.
It's not about height, it's about danger. For me, it's not dangerous.
And I think they'd have lost that one as well, quite frankly, had it gone to a referral.
15.
Now, Charles Bonnet will be hoping, firstly, that Germany don't score a second here, or his team can defend it successfully.
2, 1, play.
And then surely he's got to get it on the front foot. Well blocked by the first runner.
Foot? Yeah, okay. Maggie?
We're looking for a foot there.
Foot,
Yeah.
yes.
Germany are calling for a foot here, but
Christie is doing really well at getting out there nice and fast and reading the lines well.
we heard the umpire looking down initially say stick. All then rather disappearing out of view.
Yep, decision ready.
That's the better angle.
Emmy, I have a decision. There is a foot in the D, penalty corner, and Germany keep their referral.
Thank you.
So corner number 16 now. I'm glad you're keeping the tally, Marcia. Low and well saved. It'll be a long corner this time.
Again, me, not sure in out. I don't know you. Okay. But close.
Yes, I'm not sure using a only
but please, next corner also.
Okay.
Look.
Okay.
Germany going past one challenge, fitting into Horn, gets the ball strong, plays it across, bouncing awkwardly. Oh! It's ended in the net, I think. Or is it the goalkeeper that's in the net? Either way, Stappenhorst denied again. This should sort it all out. Great play by Horn. Important touch. A swing and a miss there. Whistle had already gone. It did end up in the back of the net. Well, we've got just over 7 minutes left.
Yes, I know.
It'll be a very long 7 minutes. Really for both camps.
Germany.
Yes, Phil.
Germany know they're not home and hosed yet. Still work to be done. South Africa have got to change their game plan here. We're also getting to that stage of the game, Marsh, not quite there yet. And I want you to be considering your player of the match for us.
You want it now? I think we should wait.
Well, I was hoping
still a few more minutes.
I was hoping we could wait, because this game could have plenty more twists and turns. Now, the crowd have really enjoyed it, even those who are not particularly affiliated to one team or the other. They've been witnessing two very committed sides. One considered to be the favourite, one considerably the underdog, and the underdog has been great value. I would certainly have to say that. Defensively, South Africa really have been superb. Perhaps a little at the expense, though, of creativity and service to their front runners, who, as Marcia has told us, are very fleet of foot, but they haven't had the sort of service where the sprinters can have a bearing on the game yet. There's still time, but it is now in fairly short supply. Germany's still dominating, and still frustrated by a goalkeeping masterclass here by Puma Mbandi. I don't know how many she saved today, but it's an incredible number. Both feet, both hands, stick on occasions.
She is an exceptional keeper indeed.
Well, he called it. He called it early before she'd really even touched the ball. And she's not let you down or her team down. She's been outstanding.
Make sure they take it on
For these final 4 minutes, I'd like to see the rest of the South African team feed off that determination that she's shown this game and take it to Germany.
Yes, I think it is one of those occasions, Marcia, that if they don't, they will regret it. In their heart of hearts, they'll just wonder what might have happened. In a knockout, it doesn't really matter whether you lose 2 or 3-0. At the moment, the number that really matters is the nil. And they've got 4 minutes. Giles Bonnet trying to affect some changes down there. I mean, he might consider taking off his goalkeeper, which would be very ironic given that she's put in such a fantastic shift. But it is a ploy that coaches use. I'm not sure that would be the answer.
No, stick check.
Stick check in there by Germany, so hit out for South Africa. Now, they are starting to push a couple of players further forward. They've got one player playing behind the German back line.
Okay, they're the losing team.
But can they find the pass?
Okay. If Germany, then yes.
Yes. Okay.
Well, not there they can't, because that's easy pickings there for Pieper. South Africa's free hit, taken quickly. Johnson losing out. Zimmerman just going through her party pieces. Ball work to that left-hand side. Germany rather wasting that one. Well, Marks, I think now is the time, if you don't mind, coming up with your player of the match.
Okay, yes, you can
My
go.
player of the match for today's
Yes,
game
yes.
goes to number 4 from
I think I
Germany.
Yes.
Lawrence, I think that she's had an exceptional performance throughout the game. And of course, giving Germany that 1-0 lead.
Number 5.
So Nicola Lorenz gets the player of the match award. South Africa have lost a player over there to the sin bin as well. So if they are going to pluck a result out of the air here, they're going to have to do it with 10 players. I think any thoughts that Giles Bonnet might have had of taking off the goalkeeper probably goes with that card as well.
Another great save by Pumi.
How
and this
many?
is the
How
reason
many?
why he will not take off.
Maybe 1 minute 20.
Well,
Okay,
without a
let's go, 1
goalkeeper,
minute.
that's in the back of the net, isn't it? Edith Modikwe on the sin bin down there. We'll be watching the last rites of this one here. Well, we weren't perhaps sure of comparisons between the sides that have been playing in Spain and the sides that have been playing here in the Netherlands. We've had a good look today at the side who only took 1 point out of their 3 games in Spain, but just enough to get them on the plane to the Netherlands. And South Africa have shown to be a very talented team indeed. And it looks as if their challenge for the highest honours in this World Cup may be coming to an end here, but my goodness, they've let nobody down with this performance. Oh, I know for a large percentage of the world, the Commonwealth Games means very little. For South Africa, of course, it means plenty. And it looks as if they're going to take some good form into those Birmingham games with them. It's been a hard day at the office as far as Valentin Altenberg is concerned. His girls have been taken all the way here by South Africa.
Well played.
And there's a very relieved man, I suspect. He'll be wondering how on earth Germany have only managed to score 1 goal. But, well, it was a combination of very ordinary penalty corner routines on the day, which he hopes will be something they can banish, and some stern defensive work from South Africa, and some outstanding goalkeeping from Pume Mbandi. So it's finished here. Germany 1, South Africa 0. Just the 1 penalty corner for Germany, but they march on now, and they have set themselves up for a game against New Zealand in the quarter-final. But what a struggle they've had today to reach that stage. So credit to South Africa. So South Africa and Germany. South Africa making their first appearance here in this Amsterdam leg of the World Cup. Germany in all white strip. Saw a chance there from Amelie Wortmann going wide of target. A German corner. Hard along the floor. It was a long time in coming, but eventually they got one right, and it was Lorenz, the goal scorer. Corners for Germany came and went in rapid succession. The goalkeeping of Puma Mbandi was of the highest order throughout. She was able to keep the scoreline very respectable and keep South Africa in the game right until the closing stages. Outstanding from her. And the more they tested her, the more she came up with flying colours, frustrating Germany, who at the end of the day were relieved to get the win they needed. So frustration for South Africa, but certainly in terms of their defensive work, they gave it their all. Just couldn't find enough at the other end of the field. 16 penalty corners to Germany, just 2 as far as South Africa were concerned. If one of those could have gone in, we might have had a very different game. 52 circle penetrations for Germany, just 7 for South Africa. A reflection of just how dominant Germany were. Jean-Louis Dutoit, thank you for joining us at the end of a game, a pulsating game. You had to do so much defending in there.
Yeah, it's a great effort from the girls, good defensive unit back there. Unlucky on the result though.
Yes, do you think you did enough though in attack to have got a result today? 16 penalty corners conceded, for example?
No, not enough. Not enough. We would have done a lot more.
You were in the heart of the defence there for all of those penalty corners. And it was a mixture of excellent defending and some brilliant goalkeeping behind you as well. She really is something special, isn't she?
Yeah, she's brilliant back there. Couldn't have done it without her.
Well, that's your first taste of the World Cup here in Amsterdam, and now you'll have another game before the end of the tournament. And you're off to the Commonwealth Games as well. Just how important is the World Cup as a staging post along the way to Birmingham?
Yeah, it's a good effort from the girls. We'll use this as a prep for, well, not prep, but working towards Commonwealth and hopefully be better at Commonwealth.
Well, thanks for your efforts, your enjoyment. You took Germany all the way today. Germany, of course, one of the big favourites for this World Cup. They know they've been in the battle, and I'm sure you'll be feeling the heat as well. That was some game.
Thank you very much.
Well, nice to hear from the South African camp. Really disappointed, but I think on reflection of the game, perhaps they could have done just a little bit more at the other end of the field, as Marcia was suggesting. But you can't fault the organisation of the defence and the effort that they put in. It just needed a little bit more ambition at the other end of the field. So I think we'll get a chance now to speak to our goal scorer today, Nika Lorenz, of course, who eventually found a way past this stubborn South African defence. Nika, thank you for joining us at the end of a very, very tight game for Germany. Are you surprised that it was so close?
No, not really surprised, but still, like, it was a lot of work, to be honest, but not surprised. We never really had a match in the past against South Africa where we scored a lot of goals, so I thought it would be more goal than one, but we're taking the win away, so that's fine.
We saw Valentin looking a very relieved man at the end as he leant over the boards. 16 penalty corners today. Some work to be done, I think, before the quarterfinals.
Yeah, well, definitely. I don't know. Yeah, obviously, like a lot of the goals in this tournament are going to be scored via short corner, so we'll try to get more out of it the next time. But I'm very fortunate that that's going to happen.
The World Cup was never going to be won here today, but what do you think you need to improve on now for the closing stages?
Score more goals.
As simple as that.
As simple as that.
Well, it is a simple game. Thanks for joining us today and well done. You were Marsha Cox's player of the match.
Thank you.
Well, it is a simple game, Marsha, and is she right to say that? Is it just about goals for Germany?
Well, in the knockout phase, that is exactly what it is about. It's about you've got to convert your opportunities that you do get. We've seen games in the pool stages as well, where statistically the winning team perhaps should never have won, but it's all about being clinical when you get your opportunities.
Well, New Zealand would have had a good look at Germany today. They've been shown plenty of penalty corner routines, and New Zealand will be hoping that Germany have another off day when they meet. So that's the first of our crossover games. Still to come today, we've got to Belgium, also travelled, of course, from Spain, taking on the World Cup surprise package so far, Chile. And that's going to be another fascinating day. Chile already have mounted so many surprises here. Could there be one more yet? Well, we're going to have to wait and see for that one. I hope very much you can join us in Amsterdam for it. South African group there, just enjoying the moment as a group. They've worked hard for that performance today. Very respectable scoreline. And they'll lick their wounds and come back to fight another day. Do join us back here in Amsterdam for the second of our crossover games.